Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Philip and today we are going to talk about how to animate a bouncing ball in Maya. So we've already done a simple ball animation based on the falling onion. I think it's pretty successful. I'll show you right now how it looks like. So currently we have something like this, okay, in Maya. It's pretty good so far, but it can get even more complicated if you add additional balls with different size and different weight. So let's do this. Right now in Maya I've added already one larger ball and one smaller ball. As you probably remember, we want to base on some like a real life reference and real life materials. So in this case my smaller ball will be a tennis ball. Okay, so I will try to imitate this movement, this material. Okay, and this is another ball, my larger one. And as you can see, this deceleration, this bouncing lasts way longer. Okay, so that's really interesting. And that's what we are going to try to imitate. Let's start. I will just move this reference below, but you can also just put it to your Maya file. And let's start animating, okay? I will start from the larger one, and here there's this, like our rotation controller, and this is the translation. I can even hide my first ball here. Nope. This one, yes, exactly. Can copy this. Create a pose here. Okay, so this is just too fast. Okay, looks cool, and we can move on to animating in graph editor, and honestly it will be the majority of the time. So right now let's go to translation Y, like the vertical movement, and we need to compare those extremes here, and we need to think about how they should, look like. So for sure this extreme looks cool, in comparison to this one, maybe even higher, and then it gets lower, and then it gets higher, so it doesn't have really too much sense. So let's fix that, okay? In my opinion, it has to get lower, but it's not so significant like in our previous ball, for example. And here we just need to change to the linear interpolation and also break the tangency like this. Okay, I feel it moves nicely, but in my opinion it's too fast. So also I would like to change this, like a translation horizontal. I will try to smooth it and create more sense in this. You can even delete keys and just try to keep that pretty simple. We really care about vertical movement more than this horizontal movement. I think here it can still move on the side. I think we can even exaggerate that. And let's compare that again. So yeah, I was right, it's much slower. Let's try to decelerate the bouncing. We don't have to move each key separately. We can basically select this curve and just scale it with the scaling tool. Like that. Okay, I think the bouncing looks nicer. Although I think maybe we can just move it here instead. And I'm not convinced about the first bounce. And it has sense because right now we can compare this angle and this. They are not equal, okay? Here it's way sharper, so we need to create at least the same angle. Even sharper, I think, for this first sequence, because the ball has the most amount of energy right now before the first bounce. So we need to increase that, create this, make it higher, and yeah, currently it looks correct in my opinion. Maybe slightly too much. Nice. So it feels correct. Let's compare that with our, first ball. So you can clearly see the difference between these two. And I will stop my animation on frame 60. And on top of that, to make it more appealing, because right now I think they are blending maybe a little bit together, we can just move this ball more on the right side, so they are not, interacting with each other so much. And let's add rotation, okay, here. So maybe through this controller instead. And I don't think it is so significant for this ball because it's constantly bouncing. I'll just add something, with equal values. So it's rotating more towards the right side. And I don't think it has to decelerate as much. So it's constantly linear. Maybe it could be just decelerating, but first when it starts, it has to have already some energy, okay? But of course we have to compare that because it's connected to the translation, okay, values. So let's compare that. And rotation has to work with the translation X. So let's compare these two, and as you can see, it stops here. So we just need to make sure that they're also move together. So if there is a translation, there is a rotation and reverse. Okay. Okay, I think right now we can finish this stage and then move on to animating another ball. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you liked this video. If you like it, press the like button, subscribe, and see you on another episode. Bye.